back with another tier list here. We kind of forgot to do a tier list, so that's why we were doing it at the end of the podcast. It's like kind of like another episode. So here we have a tier list of.
You're not even gonna introduce us.
Nah, we already been introduced. People know us.
People know who we are.
Yeah, let me fix this real quick. They can see the names. They know. So I added some decks from obviously all the decks that got support from the anniversary box, but I slimmed down the actual total number of decks because a lot of the decks that I realized when I did the last tier list, a lot of these decks like just didn't deserve to be on the list. Like we just kind of wasted time talking about like shitty decks. So we're
trying to slim down two hour fucking tier list videos down.
Yeah. So
it doesn't need to be 2 hours.
No. But we did make it. Oh, there you go. So yeah. So I slimmed it down a little bit. I kept the tier list pretty much the same. However, the one difference now, Kenny, is that if we put a deck in C tier, we need to explain what the deck needs in order to be successful. Fair? Okay. So
Sorry, I was drinking.
That's fine. Same. All right. Go ahead. I'm gonna have you start because we both have the same tier list. I did not move the cards at all, so they all should be in the same order.
I'm hoping.
So I'll let you go start first. I think it's I used the Z leader for Turles because the normal art is ugly.
Yes.
So.
All right. Well, we're gonna start with Cumber and put him right in locals.
All right. If you want.
No, I'm just gonna go in order.
Okay.
I'm just fucking with you.
Okay.
I just know you take Cumber personally.
I do, because it's a very good deck.
All right, we'll start with Turles. Honestly, yes, it got a Z leader. Yes, it got support. I still think Turles is a local deck.
Okay.
I like. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's a green deck. It's a green aggro deck. But at the same time, like, it doesn't go tall enough to be a real threat.
Yep. I mean, I didn't think the deck was that good in the first place. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it goes very wide, but it does not, like, your biggest thing you play is a 20k critical. And yeah, like, Fruit of the Tree of Life is a great card. For one, it gives your Turles 20k in double strike. Like, it's a great card, but at the same time, like, you're not tall enough to begin with, and that costs an energy.
Yeah, it's just kind of. They're just better green. There's green decks that just do way more shit. And obviously, you can play a lot of the green stuff because it's a green Saiyan, so like that's kind of cool. But it's like, why not just play like Gohan Goten or Gohan? Yep. Yeah. So, all right. 3 Han didn't get anything. I still kind of put it in the. I'm gonna put it. So, as long as green Gohan is a deck, I'm going to say 3 Han is going to be viable all the time. I'm going to put it in A tier, kind of where we had it last time.
Yeah.
After this last set has come out, I don't think the deck's really done much, but I also don't think people play the deck. It's a very skill-intensive deck. You only have 3 energy. Like, you don't have a big hand, which is part of the problem. But the deck, like, hard beats green Gohan if you're just, like, equal kilter with that player in skill level. So, yeah. Yep.
Android 13. It's C tier.
Okay.
And the reason I'm going to say that is because yellow is still a thing. This deck just kind of hard loses to yellow.
Okay.
And your boogeyman running around of Golden Frieza still being in the format and still in debatably being one of the best, if not the best deck of the format. This deck can't really thrive, and red is in such a weird place right now in the meta that, like, if you're going to even play red, you're not going to try to do the Android 13 stuff. You're going to try to play Pan, which is debatably the best red deck that we have right now, despite red not even being that viable to begin with.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I don't think I put Pan. No, I did put Pan on this list. Okay.
So, I mean, you know, Android 13, I don't know. I don't play the deck. I haven't played the deck enough to see what it would need. But I just know that it's missing something because it has such a rough yellow matchup. Like, it's one of them, I don't even think like a Z leader would fix it, really.
Oh, it has a Z leader.
Oh, it has one? Oh, then yeah, it needs something. Because yellow is just its Achilles heel.
I would say other fusion pieces. Like it has like the green yellow ones, but they're like meh. I think it needs another really good fusion piece or union absorb or whatever it is. Android 16. So I put this in. I'm gonna put it in C tier, but I'm gonna put it above 13. The two new cards are very good. One kind of replaces Boo Unison. But for this deck to succeed, it needs a unison it needs another unison that it can draw off of. So right now I built the deck for my video, which I don't think it's come out yet before this, or it has. It might have. I might just schedule it that way. Use hit unison to draw, Boo Unison to draw. But Boo Unison dies, and green is just running rampant, and none of these unisons can survive. You need another way to consistently draw. And I don't think it has that right now. So it's cool. Definitely better than local deck. I think somebody will pilot it, but if Jared Lopez isn't playing it, there's probably a reason why. So.
Invoker U7.
Local?
Huh? Oh yeah, 100% the top of locals.
Yeah.
Like it got a bunch of nice new cards. It got that card. It got the Z extra card from the champ packs.
I don't think it works with the deck.
It doesn't?
No, it needs to be the
Wasn't that its whole purpose?
No, it's for the Universe 7 Goku leader. The one that
mills.
knows.
Oh, it's not even for this guy?
No. This deck loses to Black Smoke Dragon. So.
Oh yeah, when your Red Sun Goku. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's alright.
It's still a local deck.
Bro, it's cool. I made like 3 videos from these decks, and people were like, the leader doesn't work with the cards you put in the deck. Alright. Bro, you expect me to read the leader?
You expect me to read?
Expect me to read the leader, bro. I don't read the cards. But yeah, it's local. I agree. Angel 21.
I think it's still high ceiling, high floor.
Yeah, it depends on who you are, because like if you're a bad player, you can just.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about your store championships,
bro. No, bro. I'm no. I am not a fan of this deck. I hate it. But if you're a good player, the deck's gonna be good. I just don't like how stally the deck is. And this is from somebody who plays Hatchiyak. I play Hatchiyak faster than people play this deck. I feel like this deck has more kill power than Hatchiyak. You should be able to play it faster. Yeah. So that's it. It's S tier, for sure.
All right, you've actually built and done stuff with Miracle Strike Goku, so I'm gonna let you take that one.
Oh, I'm about to cook. All right, this deck is A tier. Facts. This deck is so good. Yeah, it's A tier. It's gonna be probably like the bottom of A tier. Again, no one's probably gonna play this deck, so you guys aren't gonna understand this. But the deck is very, very good. Being a blue deck that has the ability to negate your entire opponent's board, ignoring barrier, is not something to laugh at. I think the deck is very good. I think it's a very good deck. I was actually thoroughly surprised when I built it on Untap and I started playing it. I realized, whoa, this deck actually has a lot of power. It's kind of gimmicky in some sense, but you play just a lot of low to the ground stuff, and it's a slightly worse version of 3Han, which is why it's below 3Han. Like, it's a little bit worse than 3Han. Doesn't have the energy restanding. You have to actually do other stuff other than just combo a card. But I think you're gonna see people play the deck. Do not be surprised. So that's my TED talk.
Okay. Green Android 16, bottom of locals.
Bottom of locals. Woo!
It's not as good as blue Android 16.
Yep. Ooh, Gogeta. So, I saw Damien's list. A shout out to Damien. Next time, we need to have me, you, Kenny, and Peter do a tier list. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, we'll talk about how Peter hates America.
No, Peter. No. Peter, he's good now. He's good now. He said he doesn't hate us anymore. He's a good guy.
He's had hot dogs and French fries, and he's seen the freedom, right?
He watches drive-ins, diners, and dives. Like he's one of us now. He's one of us. So this deck is B tier. I know people. There's many people who are like, "Oh, this deck is like the greatest deck in the world." I had this deck at A tier. If you guys remember last time, we had it in A tier. I played against this deck. I think this deck is completely mid. It has a really good secret rare, and unfortunately, yellow has a $2 rare that just kills the secret rare. So, like, yellow is the most popular color right now. So it's really not it's a good deck. It's incredibly control heavy. It does a lot of cute shit. It's B tier though. It's B tier. B tier. Yeah. See, even your bowels know that it's B tier.
Yeah. It says, get out of here with that. Everyone overhyped that deck so much. Including us.
Yeah, and honestly, I will be the first to say it. If this deck starts winning every event, great. It has the capability of doing it. I just haven't seen anything out of it yet. I keep watching people play, like, watching videos of the deck, and the deck just keeps losing. Like, I'm watching all these different content creators, and shout out to all of you guys. You guys make great content. Love watching everybody make content, but all these Gogeta videos I keep watching, the deck just keeps getting smashed. It's just super boring to watch. Again, this is from a guy who plays Hachiyak. Your deck's boring. Next.
That's Halo Ku?
Yeah.
I still think that's a local deck.
I'm gonna put it in C tier.
Okay.
Put it in C tier. I think the deck needs a Z leader. Like a Z leader that actually works with the archetype. Like it would be really cool if they did like a Pycon Goku Z leader, and so then it can work with the Pyke. Like it can work as a secondary Z leader to the Pycon decks. It needs both support pieces are very good, but it needs some more Another World Tournament cards that are not complete garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 or 4 of the actual archetype cards are all bad. The promo, the bubbles, should have just been an actual uncommon in the deck. It's literally just a pitch it draw, like a search top 5. But it's needed for the deck. So, if we get more Another World cards in the future, but I think a Z leader is definitely what the deck needs.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put it below 16.
Okay.
AP Goku it got a really cool Z extra card, which we kind of talked about last time. I'm going to be kind of quick with this one. I'm going to put it in B tier. I'll put it above... No, I'm not going to put it above Gogeta. I'm not that crazy. I guess some other decks we can put above Gogeta. So I'm just going to put it in B tier. It's probably going to be one of the lowest yellow decks in meta format sense. It's a good yellow deck. Baba, our 97-year-old player, Jacob, is old.
Is local tier.
Yeah?
I don't want to give this deck any credit because it's going to destroy webcams. Like,
it's going to actually just destroy webcams because people are going to break their webcams playing against this deck.
yes.
It's going to cost us money. More money than I have.
Like, could the deck be meta viable? Sure. Do I see it being meta viable? No.
The archetype's really bad. The archetype doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And the leader effect's really cool, but it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that's why it's a local deck.
Yeah, yeah. I put locals. Black Vegito. So needs a Z leader. The archetype it needs a Z leader. It needs some way of realistically, none of the fusions should have costed any energy. Their effects could cost energy, but to play them should not cost energy. Because you already have to spend energy to play the fucking Goku and Vegeta. And it's such a waste of energy to play these little guys for it to just get counterplayed. Yeah, it needs a Z leader, something that like has the ability of like free playing one of the 1-drops or both of the 1-drops. It's a good deck. It is going to get support in the future because Bandai likes supporting starter decks, like the good starter decks. And it's Vegito, and it's part of Goku, and they like to support Goku. So I'm going to put it in C tier. It's one above 16 though, because it's a black deck. So.
Blue Baby, I honestly think it could be meta viable.
I agree.
Like, it's a blue aggro deck, and it does a lot. The new Golden Baby promo that it got is actually insane. Like, the deck could sneak into this meta easily.
The Blue Baby promo is wild. 2-drop, bottom deck 2 things, 1 ignoring barrier. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like I said, and that promo is why this deck could sneak itself into the meta.
Yeah, I would. Do you think it's above or below Gogeta?
I think it's right there with Vegeta. It's above Apeku, 100%.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm gonna put it below Gogeta because it's probably missing a lot of problems that some of these decks have as people actually playing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, it'll be good if Cumber's not in the meta. You don't understand how easy it is to sit.
Oh yeah, it's a free 99 for Cumber. Just serving your own stuff.
You don't understand.
Your own cards.
You don't understand how easy. It's such. It's so easy to just look down and like, oh, you're playing Blue Baby. I guess I'm just gonna go submit my game win right now. Like it's not even close into being fair. Broly. I'll put B tier because I think the other green deck, which was what we talked about in the last video, I think that one's better. Broly is cool. I'm gonna put it above Baby because it's a green deck, you know. But being able to swing a 30k crit on turn 2, I watched it happen. That is wild. The deck does a lot. It's very cool. It's a very, very cool deck. I hope people play it. I really hope people play it because I think people haven't cracked the actual way of playing this deck yet. And I'm really excited to see if people actually start really putting time into playing Broly. If they do.
Yeah.
So.
Broly Surge, I still think it's meta viable.
Okay. Where at?
And I put it above Baby, below other Broly.
Okay.
And like I said, it's got all the good red pieces. It's got all the good green pieces. It's a Saiyan. Like, the only problem is obviously when you run out of your Surge parts with your cards from when you Surge Awaken your leader, the leader kind of doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But you have all the good red cards and all the good green cards to kind of make up for that.
You got more good green stuff this set.
Mm-hmm.
So, U7 Gohan is local level. I'm gonna put it below Baba. I don't really have much to say else about it.
Yep. Shroom Salsa. Chris might actually drive to my house if I give this anything but a meta viable button.
No, you should put it in. You should put it in C tier where it belongs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the support's really good. Like the Salsa Overrealm, that card is crazy good. It's like beyond all limits for Demon Realm race. But it's just like it does a bunch of flashy stuff to really not like do a bunch. Like the 8-drop's cracked, but I'm not that excited about it. It's missing. Oh man, what would be missing? It's missing just more good Demon Realm stuff. Actually, you know what? I think it's missing people playing it. I think it's missing excitement. That's what it's missing. No one wants to play it. So, I'll let you take the green one because I want to talk about it.
I still think it's a local deck.
All right, I'm gonna put it above Invoker because I got support.
Like I said, it got support. Cool. It's a deck I didn't feel like it didn't need support because the support didn't propel the deck any further.
Very stagnant.
Yeah,
Very stagnant.
it just made a bad deck semi better.
Yeah. Demigra. Ooh. So Demigra is it's gonna be the bottom of meta viable.
Really?
Yeah, so the deck can go real wide real quick. The problem is it's gonna run out of steam very quickly. And it's why it's gonna be at the very bottom of meta viable, because as long as it plays against a yellow deck, it's gonna lose. But if it plays against anything else in a yellow deck, anything other than a yellow deck, you have a chance.
That's fair.
Yeah. Which cell do you want?
I think Cell goes in C tier.
Green cell? Red cell?
Yeah, I think Red Cell goes in C tier.
What is it missing?
Good cards, like it's a generic red deck, but like the actual shit for the Cell archetype, like the cards don't have protection. Yeah, they do cool shit, but like you're susceptible to counterplays and all that removal, and the cards just don't stick around long enough for them to be, you know, game breaking.
Yeah, I think it's still the second best red deck, but red's in such a terrible state that's not
it's
really
such a weird place.
It's not really saying much. So, but this deck it's just missing better just red staples. It's gonna continue to get better. Just right now.
I mean, honestly, if they just reversed what they did to fucking Violent Rays, man, like
that'd be a big thing. Yeah, that would change a lot.
Yeah.
Green cell. I'll put it in C tier.
Yeah.
I think it's missing more green, like mono green Android support, because all we've been getting is green blue.
Well, and the little thing I showed you about the Raging Burst with it, even if you go through your cell chain, you still lose your entire Z stack leader once the turn is over. That ruling has been confirmed.
Yeah, so that is
by Fash. So like the cute little thing about Raging Burst, and then you go into your Z stack for your leader, and then once you get off your other Z leader, you think you're fine. No, it doesn't work that way anymore. It's been officially ruled that you will still lose your Z leader.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
All right, cooler.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Yeah. Mr. Q.
Yeah, I did. The red cooler I think is meta viable. I honestly do.
Just meta viable?
It hasn't proven itself. See, like you want to put these decks into like the A and S tier thing. Like if I had to, I would put it in the A tier. If I have to put it into a tier right now. But the thing is like the support makes you think it could be definitely an A tier deck. It's not an S tier. It's not a high floor deck by any means. Like it's cooler mill. It's not rocket science.
Look,
it's mill 1, please.
It's a very, and I don't think it's. I think it's. I also think it's B tier, but like, I think it's really like the deck is very heavy sequence, and like you can fuck up really bad, which is why it wants me to put it in S tier. Because I think every deck we're going to put in the high part of S and A tier, I think Cooler can beat all of them. But
it's a mill deck.
So I will put it in B tier because it hasn't proven itself yet. But
I think in
Asterix,
a month in a month we're going to be like, it's definitely a meta defining deck. It might be what puts red back into the meta.
I'm going to put it above Gogeta because this deck actually just like shits on Gogeta.
Yeah.
Green Cooler, local power.
Yeah.
Next, go ahead and put our friendship on the line.
Oh, Cumber's still an S tier deck.
Okay, good.
It's below 21, but it's still an S tier deck.
Yeah.
I mean, And again, we're gonna have to explain this again because there are people that will just skip to the end and not know what's going on.
Nobody watches the part where we explain this.
S is not greater than A.
Not in our tier list videos.
S and A are equals. And there's just a minor difference between what deck is easier to pilot versus what deck is harder to pilot. Like, for example, I'm going to jump ahead. Android 21 is an S tier deck. The one we already put up there. Because it is such a hard deck to pilot. Green Gohan is an A tier deck. Very top of it. Because it is not a hard deck to pilot, but it is a meta deck. It's not saying 21's a better deck than Gohan. It's not saying Gohan's a worse deck than 21. It's not saying Gohan's a worse deck than Cumber.
Yeah.
It's just an easier deck to pilot.
Yep. Yeah, so. Someone's going to say, well, that makes the deck better.
No, it doesn't.
It really doesn't in a lot of cases. Because you can take someone who's piloting Cumber and someone who pilots 3Han. And that 3Han player could just shit on the Cumber player because the guy doesn't know how to play Cumber.
You mean like our last matchup? Gohan. Cumber.
I didn't see petrification the whole fucking game, and I didn't shuffle.
Oh, yeah, blame,
I didn't shuffle.
that.
I didn't shuffle before we played. I had all my shit stacked together.
Well, you had to shuffle. You had to shuffle for
Shut up. Wait till Saturday. Actually, I don't even know if I'm playing Cumber. I don't know if I'm playing Cumber. Shut up, Kenny. Blue Vegito is missing pieces and needed a better boss monster, and the Vegito that it got is dog shit. Yep.
Starter 21 or Expert Deck 21, still an S tier deck.
Yep, already put it there for you.
Yep. It's still an S tier.
I put it at number 1.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Because I think it's still one of the most, that and Golden Frieza are still the most highest sequencing decks I think we have currently in the game.
Well, let's go ahead and just slap Golden Frieza up there with it.
Yep, I'm gonna put Golden Frieza at number 1.
Yep.
At top of S tier. Again, that doesn't make it the best deck in the game, even though some people would agree that it's the best deck in the game. It's the highest sequencing deck in the game, and the deck shouldn't be able to do what it does, but it is what it is. Alright, I'm gonna skip Frieza swap because I don't want to talk about it. Fu is I'm gonna put Fu at the bottom of S tier, below Cumber. Because in that matchup, Cumber wins every time. So it can't be better than Cumber. But for like fun, I think I think Fu's more fun to play than Cumber. I love the Fu deck. It's so fun. You have a few extra slots of tech. The one problem with the deck is that if you don't draw your tech pieces, you can't search a lot of that shit out. You can only search out Cumbers and Fus. While the Cumber deck can search out almost any Saiyan card between 3 and 6, any Saiyan card 6 or less. So you can search out almost all your tech pieces. So, yep, I'm gonna put it in S tier.
Frieza swap at the bottom of A tier.
Yeah. I think after the swap rule, I think it's gotten less popular.
Yep.
Dr. Hito. S tier, it's going to go like the very back of S tier. I know it won a regional in Asia, and that's cute. But like one negate called not Petrification, called Protector of the People. Have you heard of it? It just wins this matchup. Which you should be citing Protector of the People if you're not playing yellow or a blue-yellow deck. If you're not playing Flying Nimbus, you just play Protector of the People. You just Protector on the first attack, and then they have to pass. So, yeah.
And if you're playing green, you can just side Dormant.
Yeah, you can just side Dormant. Or just be a man and just combo out of everything.
That's what I do.
No, you just Gohan negate.
That too.
Pussy.
If I know how to use it.
Yeah, you don't know how to use it. It's already been confirmed.
Yeah. Green Gogeta local power level.
Yeah, I'll put it there too.
It lost the one thing that people loved about it, and that was its super combo loop. You actually have to play the deck like a man now.
You playing the deck like a man is playing Green Gohan.
Yes.
So, or this deck, Go Bros. I think Go Bros is S tier. I'm gonna put it above Fu.
Boop.
Slightly above Fu.
I don't think it's S tier. I think it's A tier.
Bro,
I don't think the deck's that hard to pilot.
Bro, but there's so the deck has so much like so you have your healing pod sequencing.
Like, don't get me wrong, it might just be hubris for me playing green for so long that I don't think this is hard to pilot.
Bro, but it's not even like the hard part of like piloting the deck, but it's the amount of shit. Again, that's why we have S tier. So the I think you need a high entryway of understanding how the deck works. When and where to play the field spell. When and where to play your Z extra card so you can get extra bump damage on your leader.
Like I said, you're probably right. It might just be, like I said, my hubris of I've played green for so long. Like,
I need someone to give you the cards so you can build this deck and play it. Like, it's under $25, so I can afford it. If I can afford it, Kenny can afford it. So like, someone send Kenny the Go Bros archetype
and healing pods. I refuse to pay $10 for that card.
So I'm bad for spending 20. Okay. Anyways,
yeah,
Hatch,
because it's a $2 card that I'm not spending $10 on. Y'all can take your secondary market and shove it up your ass.
Cumber's a 5. Anyways, we're not going back over this. All right. Hatch. Do you want to take Hatch?
We don't have a garbage tier.
I'll put it in B tier.
Sure. Put Tylenol right behind it.
Got the perk 30 to play Hatch Hack.
It is meta viable. I don't want it to be. I hate playing against this deck. I hate sitting down and seeing Hatchiak and knowing that I'm just going to fucking watch you play Solitaire for 45 minutes.
You better not come on Saturday then.
Yeah, I'll fucking take my $40 participation and leave.
And go sell it on Facebook? I'm also not playing Hatch, so don't worry about it.
Good, because I'll fucking leave.
I know. The next online regional, though...
And I'll probably be picking you up, which means that you'll just be fucking stuck there.
That's true. That's true. Red Jiren.
Locals.
Yeah.
I don't know why we keep adding him to the list. Did he get support?
Yeah, you got like three. You got like three cards.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna put Jiren in S tier. It's missing a Z leader because the leader effect is not good anymore.
Wouldn't that just be missing pieces then? Not S, but C.
Yeah, that's why I said C.
You said S.
Bro, I have a lisp. Fuck you. What's that?
That fuck you goes in S tier.
Skillless Gohan. I still put Skillless Gohan in. I think I'm gonna put it in A tier.
Okay, our lists are not the same then. If you're going to Skillless Gohan, next should be Korn Goku.
That is Skillless Gohan.
Korn and Goku?
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Skillless Goku.
Oh.
Korenku. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him above Miracle Vegito. Miracle Strike Vegito. I think I just haven't seen a lot of people piling in the deck yet. I just don't know if people know how to read. But it's a good deck. You should play it. It's a very good deck.
Yep. KP is still if you're Scott Dashy, so it's locals.
Okay.
Even with the drum card.
If you're Scott Dashy though, it's a good deck.
Oh, you're Scott Dashy, that's fucking S tier, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, to be fair, it's A tier. It's not a hard deck to play.
No. Not a hard deck to play.
Just winning against what's in the meta right now is hard to do with the deck.
You just turn shit sideways and hope you have more cards in hand.
Like I said, the drum card is fantastic. It just doesn't make the deck better.
Magic Gabora. Meta viable.
100%.
Because it hasn't done anything yet. But I think people will start to play it now that it's actually finally good after the deck being out for 2 years. Solid deck. Super happy.
Yes. Majin Vegeta. I believe Majin Vegeta is still an A tier deck.
Yeah, I put it right behind Green Gohan.
Yep.
Arguably, I would say arguably the best yellow deck in the game. Arguably. Because Golden Frieza is the thing, but arguably it might be the best yellow deck in the game.
It's the easiest yellow deck to play.
I think you will see, if we see something happen to Golden Frieza, which I suspect something in the yellow Frieza archetype to be hit, not the actual leader, but something that will actually weaken Golden Frieza, Majin Vegeta will probably be the deck people will play, unless there's like a better yellow deck that comes out at that point.
Yeah.
So, Cell,
Green Hachiyak.
meta viable, baby. Deck is fantastic.
Green Hachiyak. I'm gonna put it right next to Hachiyak.
That's a good idea. I think this deck beats every blue deck that plays control in the meta. If they don't counterplay you turn 3. If you can go turn 3 in a perfect force, you probably just win the game. And the new champ card, which I have somewhere. I don't even know where it is because my pile of cards over here is absolutely crazy. Makes you can go into the 9-drop for basically for free. This guy.
Oh, the TP card.
Yeah. It's a great deck. I would say, yeah, meta viable. But again, I don't think people are going to play it, but I think it has the potential to be meta viable.
Quad Q, meta viable.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh, baby is right.
I'm gonna put it below. I'm gonna put it in between the Brolys.
Okay, that works for me. Yeah, while we're on this discussion, I'm going to take SS4 GT Goku and just put that as a local deck. Because it's going to be involved in the discussion right now about Quad Q.
Which deck?
SS4 GT Goku. The green one.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to put it at the very bottom.
Yeah, it's going in local.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a part of this discussion. Because of Quad Q's being a GT Goku leader.
Mm-hmm.
You have access to all the shit that you had in this deck, except your leader's now a threat. Your leader actually fucking does something. You're not restricted to only playing fucking green battle cards. You can play over realms. Yeah, like it's what this deck it's what GT Goku SS4 should have been.
Bro, when I tell you, you can just slap down that fucking pan and rip 2 super combos out of your opponent's hand and then swing for quad strike for game. It might be the best hand destruction deck, like that's like not like super gimmicky like Cell. It's a really, really good deck. It's a really good deck. But people need to play it.
The only thing that sucks is that you definitely is like the pan, like I said, the only thing that sucks is you have to get rid of 2 of your cards to say super combo.
Yeah,
you lose 2 of your super combo, but you can effectively rip 3 of theirs.
And in a sense, they don't have, like, you lose 2 super combos, but you don't need them.
Yeah.
They need them. So.
And the 4-drop Goku is fucking insane.
Yeah, 1 drop, draw a card, 20k crit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 15k, but yes.
Yeah, well, you combo a card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Really good deck.
And if you're 3 or more, it's inherently going to be a 20k. So it's an effective 25k crit for 1 energy.
It's a great card. Great card.
How does I do have to clarify because it says if your leader's backside is full power, even if you're awoken, that still triggers, correct?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I'm just making sure.
Yep.
Yeah, the card's insane.
Red Pan. I'm gonna put Red Pan. So, I'm gonna put Red Pan in the correct spot, I guess this time, which is A tier. I'm gonna put it at the back of A tier. The exact same spot I put it last time. I think around the right side.
No, I think we had it in S tier, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the deck is hard to pilot, but I guess I can consider it.
It's not as good as Android 21. Why are you putting it in S tier?
It's a good deck. It's a very good deck. The new Pan card, not like super viable in this deck because no, it is. Yeah. I think anytime your power gets increased.
Yep.
I think it's one of the. It's either increased or decreased. I don't remember.
Whenever your power is increased by 1 of your skills, draw 1.
Good card.
You neg one of your opponent's shit 20.
That's what it is. Yeah. Great card. You play it for 1. You draw 2 cards. You neg something by 20k.
Yep.
Pretty good. Polku. We want to say local power.
Yeah, I think Polku, like the hype behind it has kind of fallen off. It's proven. It's got you have to do too much to make it do what it does.
Goku Black is missing an entire good archetype. So I'm gonna put it behind another Halo Coup, whatever the fucking card's called. You get Tyler Coup. Don't disappoint our boy.
Vocals, because he's the only person that tops with it. Now this deck is honestly it's a very meta viable deck. It's definitely up there towards the top of meta viable. I'll put it behind Gogeta just to give Gogeta its due diligence because that deck is also good. But like I said, we went in really in depth about 7 Coup.
Yeah, I'm not doing it again.
And the last tier list, we're not doing it again.
Yeah,
it's a meta viable deck.
It's a very good deck. You guys should actually play the deck. It's very good. Gohan, I'm gonna put it in S tier now because there's so many other with good. I don't know. I keep saying these decks are good and then no one plays it. So it's gonna go behind Shroom and Salsa. It's missing. What is it missing?
Oh, you said S tier again. C tier.
C tier.
Jesus Christ.
I'm saying it in my brain. I meant S tier like shit tier. So that's my fault. Yeah, it's nothing changed. Just no one's gonna play it. I think it's missing more sexy cards, quote unquote, to play. Like Oob, the whole Oob thing. I think it's kind of died down a little bit because now all the blue players are hopping on Gogeta. So I think they need another card that's Earthling or Saiyan combination for people to bring it back to play.
Yep.
I'm not talking about Soul Striker, so.
I'm just gonna put it in meta viable and we'll move on.
Cool. Vegito. I'm gonna put Vegito in. I'm gonna put Vegito in A tier.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it above 3Han. This might arguably be the best yellow deck in the game if Golden Frieza wasn't played. Arguably. I think it's right there with Majin Vegeta as 1A, 1B for that second place spot. It's a very good deck. It's a very good deck. And the more support we continue to get, like we're maybe one set away from Nats. And depending on what we get next set and what happens to Golden Frieza, you might see a lot of Vegito played.
Sorry.
You're running out of green decks to talk about, so you're just losing.
No, man, I worked all day.
Yeah.
Yellow Gotenks, I think honestly could be a meta viable deck.
I agree.
You know, it's a generic yellow leader for starters, so that, I mean, like when yellow was going through its weird phase, this leader just saw play because it just was generic. And it's yellow. You have all the good yellow support and the new stuff we got for the deck.
Solid.
It's solid.
It's very good.
Exactly.
It's very good. Yeah, I agree. I think the deck is very, very, very good. Draws a shit ton of cards. People activating extra cards.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good deck. It's very archetype based. Like you have like 30 cards you have to run with the archetype, but it's good. I think it's a good deck.
Yeah, but unlike green, when you have a 30 card archetype deck, your other 30 cards are all solid. Unlike green, where you're kind of just like, all right, I gotta play 30 cards of crap.
You can't say that now. You got two very good green decks that just run.
I can't now, but
back in the day.
Yeah.
Blue Trunks. It's meta viable. Put it above Baby. Put it above Soul Striker.
Well, I put Soul Striker at the bottom because I know that I'm just saving you the trouble.
Yeah, fuck Soul Striker. It's going at the bottom. Green Gotenks.
It's a local deck.
Don't you just love the fact we get to do this every podcast now? It feels like you're in purgatory, doesn't it?
It's a local deck.
I'm gonna put it below Baba.
No, it's going at the fucking top of local. Fuck you. It's a local deck.
Yeah, in my version, it's going on Baba. It's going below Baba.
It has a super combo loop.
It does. It actually does a super combo loop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Deck's cracked. Super combo loop. Ban it.
Yeah, we just got a new super combo loop for the deck. Look out, world.
Now all you need is to be able to pop Paragus to sacrifice and draw cards off your own effects, and pitch Majin Vegeta the Exterminator off your own effects and draw cards off of it.
I just love everyone freaking out when this most recent set came out. Literally, this card came out, and everyone freaking out, going, "Oh, Gotenks is getting a super combo loop," and I had to kind of remind everyone that there was a Gotenks super combo in set 1, or a Trunks super combo in set 1.
Yeah.
I'm like, we've been able to super combo loop with this deck the whole time. Doesn't make it good.
All right, I'm gonna talk about Prison Bardock. I'm not gonna talk about it. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Very, very top of B tier.
Yeah.
This deck is fucking cracked.
Deck is incredibly. It utilizes so many cool interactions. Like, we were just like fucking around playtesting, and like you were showing me some of the interactions. I'm like, holy shit! Like the looping capabilities and what the deck has. It's very good. It doesn't have any defense though. Like when it comes to like deflect cards. So if you interrupt stuff, it kind of sucks. But like other than that, like it's a very good deck.
It is, and it has arguably one of the best floodgates in the game.
Does the new Z card have deflect?
If I remember correctly, I believe so, because it's green.
It should.
It has deflect.
Oh, it's cracked then.
Yeah.
Absolutely cracked. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a green card. It has deflect.
Cool.
That's green. That's what green does.
Anything else you want to say about the deck?
No, it's fucking cracked.
Okay.
I'm glad I bought it all before everyone wanted to shoot the prices through the roof.
Yep. If you buy anniversary stuff, don't give it to Kenny. Make him spend over $25 for it.
I mean, I'm spending $100 on one box, so yeah. Well, I'm only keeping the Prism stuff because everyone in our local says they're gonna play this deck, and then they're gonna play it once and never touch it again, and I'm just gonna be sitting there with half a place into the cards I need.
Can I have those cards?
Great.
No.
Gonna be great.
Got Trunks. I'll put it in A tier. Actually, I think it's easier to play than Cumber and Fu. Just as good. Super high ceiling. But if I play the deck again, I can't.
You gotta have good bursting.
Yeah, you gotta have really good luck. Yellow Sin.
A tier.
Yeah, put an A tier.
The Z leader gave that deck everything it fucking needed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it right behind the other two yellow decks just because it hasn't been played yet. I don't want to put it above those two or Green Gohan, but it's right behind those.
Like I said, the other two cards that it got are basically fucking irrelevant in my opinion. The Oceanus and the Nova, they're kind of irrelevant. The Z leader is fucking
they're okay. It's not anything that it's not great, but it's not awful.
Like I said, the Z leader is fucking insane.
Trunks Cheetah, I fucking hate talking about this deck. I'm gonna put an A tier. I mean, A tier. It's gonna be the very back of A tier though.
Even though the deck doesn't get played anymore.
Yeah, it's still someone's gonna play it at Nats. So Roshi. So I think Roshi's really solid. You look perturbed.
I'm torn about Roshi because it's another archetype based green deck. Obviously, like that instantly chaps my ass every time I talk about it because you have to cram all these fucking cards. But the support it just got from this most recent set like gives it something, but at the same time the cards that it got don't have any fucking protection, and the only thing you got that has any protection is the TP cards of Goku and Chi-Chi. But at the same time you had Fated Rivals the whole fucking time, so you just got yourself another set of Fated Rivals to go into the deck. Your deck is basically Fated Rival spam.
Yeah.
Like, could I see the deck being meta viable? Sure. Do I think it's going to be meta viable? No.
No, I think it's worse than all the other yellow decks currently. But
Green?
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, it's worse than all the yellow decks. Like, it's worse than
all the yellow decks.
It's worse than all the yellow decks. But out of all the good green decks right now, like it's definitely at the bottom of. I think it's the bottom of meta viable, because I think the deck has everything it needs. I think people just need to play it, and that's like a big caveat to a lot of these decks, that people just need to play the decks. But a deck can be good and people just don't play it. I talk about this a lot. Like, a deck can be good and people just don't want to touch it because they want to play something else.
My biggest issue about the Roshi deck is you have to spend all your energy in one turn just to be able to play basically one card. And that's the problem I've had with a lot of green decks throughout the years, is that the decks are not energy efficient.
Yeah, well, it doesn't restand energy. So like,
exactly, it doesn't restand energy, and all the cards cost energy. So like, you have this archetype where, on a low end for just the Roshi archetype, you're going to be playing four of each of the Goku and Krillins. Then you're going to be playing the evolutions for those targets, and then you're going to be playing, you know, like I said, your Fated Rival combos, whether it be Fated Rivals and Goku and Chi-Chi, or just Goku and Chi-Chi, or just Fated Rivals. But all this is costing you energy, and you're getting you're getting no return out of it other than these cards sitting out there. And past, I believe, the turn they're played, the Goku and Chi-Chi lose their fucking barrier, so they're just vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like, the only card that survives after you play it for a while is Fated Rivals Goku, because at least it has barrier.
Unless you play it against the yellow deck.
Yeah. And even then, they'll just Final Flash and get rid of it. Like,
yeah.
That's the only problem I have with the deck, is it's not energy efficient enough.
Well, I put it at the back of meta viable.
That's fine. It could sit there. Like I said, it may.
You know what? I'll put it in C tier. I feel better about putting it in C tier.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. U7 Goku. It got a field spell. It's cool. I'm gonna put it back of B tier because it's playable now. But
God, that deck used to be the fucking boogeyman.
Yeah. That was back when a national champion lost to a 12-year-old. Moving on. Set 2 Vegito.
The Exodia shit?
No, I didn't put that deck on here.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, fuck that deck. And if you play that deck, fuck you. That's not the deck I'm talking about. No, this is the anniversary box support from last year where we got the Z leader.
I can see this deck being meta viable.
Yeah. It's got built-in barrier removal on the leader.
Yeah.
So, plays big boss monsters. I'm gonna put it it's above Hatch because this deck actually works Hatch. So that would put it behind Mechagabora, Cooler, and Prison Bardock.
That's fine.
Okay.
Like I said, y'all gonna think I'm overhyping the shit out of Prison Bardock. Just wait till I smack you around with it.
Yeah, it's a good deck. It's a good deck. It's a good deck. Ballsack's gonna go in D tier.
Oh, I'm assuming you're talking about Bobbity?
Yeah, I'm not talking about the deck.
Sorry, Tyler.
His deck he's named after is in B tier. He can get over it. Can't have everything. All right, so Son Goku, Xeno. So.
Well, we know for a fact it is below Prison Bardock.
It's not true because I didn't play fucking Super Kamehameha.
We know for a fact it is below Prison Bardock.
It didn't play Super Kamehameha. Makes a huge.
You would have drawn it anyway. It'd have been like Petrification. You just wouldn't have them.
It's probably true.
No, this deck is incredibly meta viable.
This fucking card is so good. It's insane how many effects this card has. Like
it's also insane how many targets in the deck that card has.
It's crazy.
Because when we were testing and you were playing that deck, like every time you had that field spell, that Z extra out, I literally was just concerned about your leader with it, and I kept forgetting, like, oh yeah, fucking, you know,
Beyond All Limits is a 35k crit.
Yeah, Beyond All Limits is in fact SS4 Goku. Like, I literally just kept overlooking that fact, and mind you, that's on me for not reading like most Dragon Ball players. But like, you have more targets than just your leader for that card. That's insane.
So I'm gonna put this in high B tier. I'm gonna put it above, right below Vegito. I think it is. So like looking at all the decks right now, we're kind of in like a mid-range control meta because red's not really viable right now, right?
Yep.
And Supreme Kai did really well when it first got the dash pack support because it was one of the only aggro decks, and then it became like there's other like the red was kind of running rampant, so like it was red decks, and then Supreme Kai was kind of played a little bit, and then everything else. This deck is a better Supreme Kai. You can play all the Vegeta stuff. You play all the Gogeta shit. You play the new Fu Encumber stuff. Not to mention your Z leaders, your Z leader, but your Z extra card like completely makes the deck like much more viable. Being able to cycle through your Goku targets and being able to warp card, like you have so much shit you could do. Easy turn 3 kills a lot of the times. Like there's sometimes you have more plays than you know what to do with. High B tier, meta viable. People need to play the deck. I think people will play this deck and think they're gonna have a lot of fun playing it. I think is the it's like Gogeta Xeno Light. It's not as good as Gogeta Xeno, which is fine because Gogeta Xeno was able to kill on turn 2. I think that's too quick for this deck or for this game. Like turn 2 is like
Gogeta Xeno was too oppressive.
Yeah, like turn 2 is a little Turn 3 fine. Like turn 3 is cool. This is definitely a turn 3 kill deck. You can definitely pressure someone into like critical state on turn 3. I mean, on turn 2, and then kill him turn 3. So we're gonna put it right behind Vegito.
Yeah.
And that's the list.
And that was probably our quickest tier list we've ever done.
I know. It's just kind of we wanted to kind of
crazy when you don't spend 10 minutes bitching about Soul Striker.
Look, I will bitch more about Soul Striker if you want me to. I can do that on Patreon for the $25 tier list. I will bitch about. I'll bitch about a lot more than just Soul Striker. So
aren't all the tier lists $25?
I'm gonna make them all $25. I'm gonna make them all $25. I'm gonna make one like $25 and like 50 cents, and then like $25 and 25 cents,
and then $24.99, but you get no content.
Yeah, and then 25 cents. They're all just gonna be different variables of 25. So, yeah, I think this is pretty good. But like I said, we tried to slim it down and cut off a lot of the fat. We kept some of it, obviously, just for content. But I think it's the meta hasn't changed too much. I think this is probably what we're gonna see for Nats. But I'm really excited for the Nats conversation because last year I did this by myself, where I did kind of the Nats breakdown. So I think this year we're gonna do kind of a bigger thing. I kind of want to do the podcast in person, going over Nats. I have a really cool idea we're gonna talk about probably on Saturday that I want to try to do for Nats, because I don't think either one of us are going. With me having a new kid and you
not having an invite.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have an invite either. I'm apparently I'm not good at this game, so.
Oh, I don't play in regionals. That's kind of what's stopping me.
I'm allergic to getting 5 wins. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, no, see, I'm not allergic to that. The only regional I ever played in, I got my invite. Too bad I didn't go to Nats that year.
So, but yeah, that's the video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let us know down below how wrong we are. Very excited to hear that.
And then be on the look soon. We're working on a Just Saiyan Podcast token. And don't you worry, it's hilarious. I already have the concept drawn up for it, and I can't wait to reveal it once it is a thing.
We'll probably make it like if you subscribe to the Patreon, we'll send you some.
Yeah, and they're hilarious.
They're very good. Very good tokens. All right, guys, that does it for us today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.